This is from our team to you guys. This is my special edition bottle of the Baja 1000 Tequila to commemorate this race. We only make one for each mile of the race, so there's only 692 of these made. Last year we had 1,061, so we wanted you to have this for coming down.
Awesome.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure. So that's for you. And then we gave you a team jacket, a team hat, and we got a team shirt for you.
Cool.
So anytime you want to come back down to Baja, you're welcome to hang out with us and do what we do, or bring your equipment down and have some more Baja fun.
Maybe we'll do some co-driving with you too, eh?
Yeah. We've got some big plans for you guys if you're down.
Awesome.
So,
oh yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hi, I'm Jim Riley with Trophy Truck number 7. It's the brand new Trophy Light R8. I'm here with Craig Malloy, my navigator. What an amazing week in Baja. Our goals were to go down there and prove the worth of the R8, and we wound up proving the worth of the team and just the Baja spirit. We actually started on Wednesday at Rancho Milagro Orphanage, and it was our goal this year to raise more funds and supplies for the kids down there. It's a program that we do with Wahoo's Fish Tacos and Nick Baldwin with his AOK Charities. And it was interesting because Tuesday night a lot of teams came to the fold and donated more money right on the spot. So we walked in Wednesday morning to Costco with cash in hand to buy enough supplies for these kids for 3 months. Whereas last year we only had 2 months worth of supplies, and we even bought some computers for the kids. So our Baja experience started on Wednesday with the orphanage, and it was just an amazing start to our week. Of course, the hustle and bustle of a race coming up with sponsor parties and obligations and contingency and tech and all the last minute preparation. I mean, we were scurrying pretty hard.
We were busy.
That poor Craig here worked his butt off. But, you know, we got it all done, and we were very enthusiastic about our opportunity to race in the trophy truck class. I know myself, I heard from a lot of trophy truck drivers. They were encouraging us to do different things and just get the truck out there and race it and be solid. So we felt rather confident going into the race on Friday morning. My racing partner, Rick Johnson, most people don't realize that Rick L. Johnson has actually won 4 Baja championships in his classes, so I always feel confident going into it with him. He's got a great navigator, Matt Treck-Dallin, who also preps our truck. I know the nerves are a little bit high, taking a rear start on the trophy trucks. There's a lot of fast class 1 cars out there. Mikey Childress on the General Tire team. But you know, they got to the starting line and they were ready to go. 70 miles into the race, Rick Johnson was in corrected time 6 minutes off the lead. So from a rear start to gain that kind of time and already prove the worth of the R8, we were very excited, enthusiastic. Actually, I think we were a little comfortable. We wound up at, where were we in Val de Trinidad?
Yeah.
We were having tacos, you know, and talking to some of the people there, and they were impressed by what the R8 did. Of course, that was short-lived. We wound up getting the call over the radio that the R8 had broken. We had an issue with the rear end. We had broken the snout off the hub, and we were stopped in our tracks. Fortunately for us, we had great resources with Greg Fouts from Trophy Light. He knew exactly what needed to be done. He was able to relay that information to the Locos Mocos team. Thank goodness that they do what they do. They put themselves in the most random spot, and they're there for us and all the other racers. I love their sticker, "We fix your car for free." So they managed to work with Greg. We had sent somebody up to the border to pick up parts. Jerry Camberg had sent parts down from Huntington Beach. We all talked about the time delays and things like that, but we felt confident we can get the truck back on the course. Rick finished his section, dropped the car off at our main pit in Borrego, handed it off to Scott Steinberg, who just did an unbelievable job with the car. He wound up having a couple issues again with the rear end. I think he put a weld job on there that will match any weld job from anybody.
Took it to the finish.
It took the car all the way to the finish. So Scott knew that we needed where we were going to take that car. He got the car to Craig and I were running the last section. We were confident, even with the rear end, that we were able to get the car where it needed to be. At that point, we actually realized that there was no way that we would be able to finish the race in time, right, because of the 10:18 closing. But for us, it's about the spirit of Baja. I talked to Craig about it, And we just wanted to get out there and enjoy the course and see what the truck could do. So our game plan and strategy changed in terms of competing. It was more about let's go conquer Baja. We had a very clean run all the way through checkpoint 5. We were excited to see our friends at checkpoint 5 that had been waiting for 2.5 days, not seeing a soul besides the military checkpoint. I think they had 10 new friends. They said they were sharing waters and all kinds of random stuff. But you know, it was encouraging to see them. They checked the rear end. They said, yeah, you got an inch of play back there. Not sure what you want to do. We decided to be safe enough to do the beach run. And I was kind of excited to see what it looked like at night and drive through some of the small towns out there. So I asked Craig and said, yeah, let's do it. You know, I remember. What do you think, Craig?
That was it. You know, we knew it was going to be tough, and at least in that section we felt pretty comfortable because we did have our chase crews that could get to us fairly easy. So
we were trying to be smart out there.
We went for it.
Yeah, we went for it. Unfortunately for us, and fortunately for the story, we got stuck in a silt bed right out of checkpoint 5. There's a big farm there, silt bed the size of a football field. I had pre-ran, I had my line set up, we hit that line. Who knew that everybody else was going to use that line? Would have worked great if we were still in the trophy truck class, or running, I should say. So we wound up getting stuck. In the process of pulling it out, Weatherman was asking for updates on our car, also for 1802 and a couple others. And I got on the radio, I said, look, Weatherman, we're stuck in a silt bed. We've got some locals willing to help us out, but we've got a bad rear end. I just don't see us going all the way to the finish tonight. And there was a pause, and I had the helmet on, standing outside the car, and he goes, listen, because if you would consider driving a 585, there's 2 cars that have gone off the cliff. There's nobody out there. If you could check on them, maybe you could help them. That's all I needed to hear. I took the helmet off. I told Craig, and they're digging under the car. I said, look, there's 2 guys out there went off the cliff. We got to go. And he said, okay, let's do it. So we got pulled out by some locals. Our chase team had made it there to help us out. And we started hitting the course again. And we went back and forth. Is it 585 or 595? So we kept looking and looking and looking. We finally saw some fenders on the race course, possibly where they might have gone off. We didn't see anybody. I mean, I don't think we saw anybody all night. And we wound up coming into Santa Tomas, and again, we kind of thought, okay, they're gone, everything's good, the car's not going to make it. We were actually pushing the car pretty hard, just having some fun now, you know, just seeing how fast we can go on the truck. Not really worried about the rear anymore because we figured we'd trailer it. Got to Santa Tomas, there was the cars that had gone off the cliff. They said, yeah, the course is closed, everybody's gone home, we're packing it up. You know, you guys should do the same. My chase team's there. They're like, yeah, it sounds like it's dangerous. And I said, tell you what, we're going to drive down the road at least to the entrance to Europan. We'll make a decision by the time we get there. So we head down to the entrance to Europan. I pull off, and we're facing the entrance to the course. Another team there, we're talking to them. You know, they broke down, and everybody's got their hands up in the air. And I said to Craig, I said, you know, we had that big speech back there about an hour ago about finish this race. You know, what do you think? Right then we hear on the radio, we're going, Rick Johnson wants to talk to you on the sat phone. So I said, okay, you know, and called back to the chase team and said, get me the sat phone, I'll talk to Rick. So I get on the phone with Rick, and he says, I go to Rick, I go, what do you want me to do? He goes, you have to finish the race. I said, well, I'm pointing right in that right direction. I'm ready to go. If that's what you want me to do, you know, because everybody's going to support me, I'm going. And he goes, well, listen, you don't know what's going on. I said, no, what's going on? He goes, the entire internet community is blowing up over 1802s ahead of you, and we'd like you to go in and just make sure they make it to the finish line. He goes, and he starts to tell me stories. I said, Rick, I'm hanging up, man. If you want me to go, I'm going. I literally hung up on Rick on the sat phone, handed the phone back to Ashley, and put the net up. And I said, Craig, we're going. So we hit the road, and I told him a little bit about what Rick said. And he goes, yeah, well, we got to go. Unfortunately for us, we did have a lot of play in the rear end, so we're moving pretty slow. Beyond that, the truck worked fabulously, especially through Europan, all the silt sections and the hills and the rocks and everything. And we wound up just kind of feeling like we were the sweepers of the course, making sure that we didn't run into 1802 and that he made it to the finish line. I didn't know he was a paraplegic until we got to the finish line, which made it all the better for us knowing that we were out there for him. And I don't think he knew what was going on the internet either. So we wound up just barely getting behind him, Not close enough where we could see him, but we knew that he was right in front of us. And finally we coordinated our efforts and we said, look, let's meet at the entrance to the wash and come into town together. And he wound up waiting there for us, and we were a couple minutes behind him. And just him and I parading through the wash. I was following him, and we're splashing water and mud all over the place. Craig's been trying to stay dry for 10 hours. Finally I said, you know, you're getting wet now, buddy. So we kind of womped the truck through the wash, making a lot of noise, running sirens and stuff. And I tell you what, to come into the city streets and around that final corner and seeing 2 checkered flags, my team, their team, and just the spirit of everybody being there, you know, they
made it.
Oh, it was just,
the trip.
It was unbelievable, you know, and it was really neat to be a part of that, follow that team in. You know, we didn't realize what the value was. I really didn't realize it until today, and I started reading some of the threads posted everywhere. You know, it just seemed like the right thing in the right place, and that's the kind of people we are. So we had a great race. Spirit of Baja. It doesn't matter that SCORE closed. They have their job and their closing times, and we respect that. So we're not bitter. We're happy that we finished the course in the Baja, and just the support from like the Locos Mocos guys, Greg Fouts, guy who works for me, Alex Baca, driving all the miles, Camberg. You know, Jerry Zayden got on the phone. He says, let me get the parts to you. So everybody pulled together. And here we are. We're at Daily Sports Grill, celebrating, shaking some hands. We've made 30 new friends. I think there's 16 Canadians in there. Those guys know how to drink beer and Azunia Tequila. We're just having a good time. So whoever's watching this, that's what Baja is all about. So hopefully people will catch the spirit. I learned it from Cameron Still. Rick L. Johnson perfected it for me, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing. So we'll see you in Henderson.